Okay, we're gonna do it on Elite, so everybody gets maximum favor. So I think we're gonna have no problem with Elite Strahd because these are old raids. First thing we have to do is grab 3 quest items from Rudolph von Richten. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Icon of Ravenloft, and Bolo's gonna grab the Sun Sword. That's very important to have at the end fight. And then we need, let's see, I want to get one of the High Lords, or if somebody's feeling very responsible, we can have one of the attendees grab it. So what the icon and the holy symbol are for, and these will go into your trinket slot, so you're going to have to equip it, you know, to use it, but you can then just unequip it and put on your regular trinket. These work to get rid of the Grip of Strahd, which is like, it's an effect in this raid where like Strahd is basically going to randomly target party members with the Grip of Strahd. When you get the Grip of Strahd, you're going to be paralyzed, frozen in place, and 10 seconds later you're going to die unless somebody hits you with the icon or the holy symbol. If you get the grip, what you need to do is just say over mic that you got the grip. Like, you know, you say your name, like Ginger's got the grip, Ginger's got the grip, Ginger's got the grip, and just keep saying it until somebody gets it off of you or until you're dead. Now, what the pugs typically do is they just type the number 1 in party chat over and over and over if they got the grip. But in my guild, you know, we like to use the microphone, but just letting you know, in pugs, you might see people doing that. The range on the holy symbol and the icon is very short. It's only like the diameter of this circle right here. It's maybe a little bit further, but it's really short. It's like half the distance of a normal spell. So it's important that we don't get too split up in the next part. We're going to be going up or actually when we go up the spiral stairs, it's important we don't get too split up. But the next part we'll be together. The grip doesn't start yet in the next part. So let's see. Gonna need somebody to grab the holy symbol. If one of the attendees is feeling responsible, if not, one of the High Lords can grab it. Okay, Mr. T, go ahead and grab the holy symbol, put it in your hotbar, and when people call out grip, you gotta target them and then click on that item on your hotbar. As I said, that will equip in your trinket slot. So after you've used it, you can just put your regular trinket back on. But you definitely need to put that on your hotbar and be very, very attentive. If we're not good about getting rid of the grip, then we're just gonna, you know, have a lot of attrition. So now that those 3 items are grabbed, we can talk to Madam Eva here, and she's gonna tell us our fortune. The fortune only dictates the order in which these like torches have to be lit later. So it's very, very important that you write this down, which I will write down in party chat. So we got horsemen. So we got horsemen, marionette. There's gonna be 5 cards. It's always the same 5 cards, but they're in a different order. Okay, so there's the order. It's going to be Horseman, Marionette, Dark Lord, Innocent, and Broken One. Later on, right before the end fight, we're going to have to like find these cards inside crypts, and there's torches there, and we have to light the torches in that order. We have to light the Horseman torch first, then Marionette, then Dark Lord, then Innocent, then Broken One. That part can be pretty intense, and if it's not done in an organized way, you know, it's easy to wipe, or, you know, the raid can just go on forever. And you only have like, I don't know, 30 seconds or so to light them all. And if you don't light them in that time, then you have to start back from the top. We'll go over this at the time. We're gonna have a plan. We're gonna use tactics to get it done. But just giving you a heads up. And it looks like we have cars restarting, so we'll just go ahead and sit tight until cars is back. What are the skills needed for this Bolo on Elite?
In here on Elite, you want to be around 105, 110, and you should be fine on all the traps.
Okay, it looks like cars is moving, so let's go. We're just going to go up these steps, click through the door. Yeah, welcome back, cars. And we're going to fight a red name, Rahadin here. A couple of big shadow dudes. Go ahead, Bolo, whenever you're ready. Here we just want to kill Rahadin, and we got some hellhounds here to deal with. The shadows are red names, so you're not going to be able to crowd control them. Definitely good to take them out. Oh yeah, there's a Shadow Ren curse that they put on you. You'll need to drink a curse pot to get rid of that. I think that lowers your heal amp or something. Alright, so there's going to be a bunch of other shadows in this part of the raid too, and so that we don't have to deal with them later when we're doing, you know, later on we're going to come back here to the crypts, and we're going to have to like open all the doors and find these cards and light some torches, so that we don't have to deal with all the shadows. We're going to go ahead and take them out now. So anybody who wants to can kind of go out to the sides and just run through the crypts and just drag, then, you know, kite all the shadows back to the party. If you're comfortable. If you're not, just wait where the party is, and we're going to be bringing shadows to you. Okay, and then we'll just kill them all in a big pile. So if you want to go out and search for shadows, that's great. Don't go into the side rooms, please. Just stay in the main crypt area. Any shadows that you aggro, drag them back to the party in the center. These shadows are orange names, so they can be crowd controlled. So you can see they're getting dropped in the earthquake. Just bring them all together in one pile. We'll know that we've killed them all when we have exactly, I think it's 21 kills. If you're doing this on Reaper mode, you will need to account for Reapers. That might require additional kills. Is 21 correct, guys?
Yes. I believe it's 21.
Okay, thank you. We're not doing this on Reaper, so we won't have to worry about extra Reaper kills. So we still have 2 more, and they're both right over here. Just bring them back to the party. Just don't fight them out there, just bring them back to the party. That way everybody can beat on them and get them killed quickly. Okay, we have our 21 kills. Normally we just go back the way we came, but I want all the sign-ups to follow me so you can see what I'm doing next. So all the sign-ups follow me. I'm jumping up and down. And all I'm doing here is just going to this side room in the east to advance things. That's all I'm doing. There's nothing special that needs to be done. You just come down here until you get that DM message. There is a shrine here, which is the only shrine in the raid. We're going to save it for later. Now we can just go back to the start. You can run back or you can detour back. So if somebody here has a detour, go ahead and drop it. And go ahead and take the detour. If you miss the detour, just run back the way we came through the door. Okay, looks like everybody's back at the start. Now we're going to talk to Rudolph, and he's going to open the way to the spiral stairs. There's a fun little gag here because the way to the spiral stairs is it looks like a dimension door. So people will cast dimension door on top of it to try to get you to click on it, but that'll just take you back to the start of the raid. So if that ever happens to you, it's just somebody playing a gag on you.
The curse of Strahd does start once he opens that door.
Yep, so go ahead and click through the door. Remember, if you get the grip, you just call out grip, 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 grip until somebody removes it. If you're not on voice, type 1111 over and over and over. The grip starts now. We're going to make our way up a large spiral stair. The spiral stair is going to be filled with trash mobs and traps. Grease, translucent spikes.
First traps are right here.
I got Mr. T's stone. There's also heavy gravity in the stairwell. So if you fall, you're going to fall really quickly. There's also air jets that are going to blow you off the stairs. So we want to stay together.
And grease.
Because like I said, and you can avoid the spikes if you're careful. You want to stay together because the range on the things that get rid of the grip is really short. Be very careful to move carefully through the translucent spikes so that you're not taking damage. There are spell wards. Those can be disabled like regular traps. They can also be dispelled using Dispel Magic, Greater Dispel, and Ward and Kenny's Disjunction. We got trash coming up from behind. Remember to stay pretty tight. If we start getting really spread out, then people aren't going to be able to reach you with the grip removal thing. Keep moving up.
So far, my auto detect is working too.
Excellent.
If you fell, just run up, drag any trash with you.
Deer just got blown off. Next trap box is beyond that air jet.
These runes on the floor can debuff you. They can get rid of your death ward. If you fall, just come back up, drag any trash with you. Be careful navigating through the spikes. They do force damage. Force damage is really challenging to mitigate.
Okay, hands like feet, that's the last trap box for now. We have a fight coming up.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're going to have a couple Greater Shadows of Hate here. Go ahead and beat them down.
We got trash right behind us.
Okay, go ahead and take a moment to kill the trash behind us.
And I believe we have 3 more traps after that fight.
Try not to get too bunched up, because if you're like on top of a bunch of other players, it can be hard to see if you got the grip.
Yeah, I didn't even notice I had it.
You'll be frozen in place when you have the grip.
Should anyone have a stone?
I got it.
more trap coming up here on the floor.
We're making our way up to the heart of Ravenloft, which is a big orange gem that's floating above us.
And that's all the traps.
Okay, keep making your way up. A little bullywug in my throat. Sorry if that made it through the mic. Yeah. S-Green says, air jets and spiral stairs. Must be Voodoo's favorite raid. S-Green knows that I despise air jets and spiral stairs. Okay, we're going to go ahead and click through the gem. Oh, Dawn's early light must have had the grip.
Mr. T, I think
Oh,
has it.
get cars of
Yep,
stone.
30 seconds
Looks
to
like
go.
a couple people had it.
Someone dropped.
Someone fell?
Yeah.
Is there someone besides Belina down there?
Yeah, it's Bell.
Okay, she's almost back up.
How far down did you go?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So let's just go ahead and make sure that we have stones.
Oh, I got the grip. Never mind. I'm gonna die.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, great, we're done.
This is a really good example of how the grip can just start picking people off.
And I already stepped through the heart just before all that happened.
It's all good. Don't move.
It's okay. This is a good example of how this raid can start to go sideways. You know, this is the kind of stuff that we want you to see in our teaching raids. I think Cars
Well,
is
here
down there too.
particularly, You want to note that if a couple of people step through the heart, but nobody with the ability to remove the Curse of Strahd do, then you can end up with people dead because they're not with the group anymore.
Okay, I had to go all the way down and get to Cars Stone, so I'm on my way back up now. Everybody else just wait up by the gem.
Run with us.
Dawn's ready for raise.
Alright, we are all back in the realm of the living. Go ahead and click through the gem. Just click on the gem. It'll take you to a little room. Stay in the center of the room. Do not go out into the mists. If you go out into the mists, you'll die as soon as you come back out of it. Everybody stay in the center part where the mist is clear. Strahd will be here. Bolo will distract him. We do not need to DPS Strahd. He does not. We don't DPS him at this point in the raid. If you get a curse, make sure you drink curse pod to get rid of it.
Please note that Strahd is up. Moving forward from the entry point is what brings him in.
Do not go out into the mist. That will kill you as soon as you exit the mist. You want to stay in the central part where it's mist free. Here we just need to kill all the trash. Is all we're doing is just killing all the trash. As soon as the trash is dead, Strahd will go away. We're going to fight Strahd later. These are orange name shadows. They can be crowd controlled. Stay out of circles. Those are going to explode and do a lot of damage. Okay, great. So now Bolo's going to pick up the Sun Sword. Very important that somebody who knows what to do with that Sun Sword has it. It's great for the tank to have it, but other people could have it too. Go ahead and click through the D door. And at this point, we need to send... We're all going to go up because I want the sign-ups to see what's up. So everybody just go to the top. Do not talk to Esmeralda. It's very, very important. Talking to Esmeralda will advance the raid, and we do not want to advance at this point. But we need to keep somebody here to talk to her, so when we're ready to advance, we do. So Bolo, can you be that person? I didn't hear you if you said... Okay, Esmeralda's Bolo. Okay, so the rest of us can just D-door. Go ahead and take D-door. Everybody D-door except for Bolo. Great. And we're going to go straight up the stairs. And then we're going to go to the east side of the crypts down to the shrine room. And we're going to shrine up and get ready for the final 2 parts. And these next 2 parts are the most intense. Especially the crypt part. The crypt part, you know, if it's unorganized, it could go on forever. And once we get shrined up, I'm going to explain how it works. And I'm going to need some volunteers to open doors because I don't have enough High Lords to cover all. There's 8 columns of crypts, and we like to assign 1 person per column. And all your job is to open the door and to let us know if there's a card there. So here's the gist of how it's going to work. There's a whole bunch of crypts in the next room, right? Inside those crypts, basically at random, is those 5 cards that we saw at the start in the fortune. And right at the base of the card is going to be a torch. And those torches need to be lit in the order of the fortune. In this case, we have to light Horseman, then Marionette, Dark Lord, then Innocent, then Broken One. And they all have to be lit within like a 30-second window. I don't know exactly how long the window is, but it's something like 30 seconds. Maybe even a minute. And if we fail to do that, or if we click them out of order, it will restart. And we have to do it from the top of the order again. Horseman, Marionette, Dark Lord, Innocent, and Broken One. So the objective here is to get all the crypts open as fast as possible, locate the cards, and then light the cards in the order prescribed by the fortune from the beginning. Once we do that, we advance to the end fight. And all the trash will disappear. Once that final card's lit, if they're all done in order, once that final card's lit, all the trash will disappear. So you don't want to spend a lot of time killing trash. You basically just want to, like, you know, run from it more or less. Or if there's, you know, trash in your crypt, if you're waiting there at a card, you might want to take it out. Okay, so the way that we're going to communicate card location. So here's the tactic that we're going to use. You may never see this tactic used again, but this is the way we do it in our guild raids. There's 8 columns of crypts, and we're going to have 8 people, you know, 1 per column, and then you're going to start at the north end of the column. In fact, one of the things I want us to do right now, and I meant to do this earlier, but I forgot. If your map isn't cleared, I want you to go up into the crypts now and clear the whole crypt map. You know, get rid of all that fog of war. So take a couple minutes. There's no trash right now. There won't be any trash until someone talks to Esmeralda. So we're totally clear. We have all the time in the world. I want you to go ahead and open the entire map for the crypt area so that you can open up your map and see it all. Once you've done that, go back to the shrine room. I meant to do this when we were here earlier, but I forgot. Also, while you're out here, you can note that the doors aren't on the same sides of all the crypts. It's not like they're all on the north side or something. Like, it's different for every crypt. So once you've cleared out, once you've opened up the map for the entire room, go ahead and go back to the shrine room. So we're going to have 8 people, 1 per column, start at the north end of their column, and then just start opening. And the doors can't be opened until Esmeralda is spoken to. And the doors will turn green once they're toggleable. So you're going to start at the north end of your column, and then you're going to open the door and then move to the next one. Open the door, move to the next one until all your doors are opened. If you see a card, the way that we like to indicate, some people will use Bigby's hands, but Bigby's hands aren't going to tell you which card is there. They're just going to tell you a card is there, right? So what we do is we use the first letter of the card, followed by the column, followed by the position in that column. So if you had like broken 1 in column 4 in the second crypt down, you could write like B42. So that way everybody would know that broken 1 is in the 4th column in the second crypt down from the north. That's the way we do it. If done organized, this can be done in less than a minute. Easy peasy, seems effortless. But in a disorganized group, this part can go on forever. So I'm gonna need some people, since we only have 5 of us High Lords here. So we're gonna need some of the attendees who feel comfortable opening doors and indicating where the card is. You need to open up all of the doors in your crypt column. It's very important. Once you get done opening all the doors, then go back to a card. If there was a card in your zone, go to a card. If there wasn't, then go to another card. Everybody should end up at a card. And it's okay to have 2 people per card, because that way there's a backup person to click it. But if there's already 2 people at that card, go to a different card. So we should be opening doors and finishing up by standing at a card. If you get Horseman, which is the first one, just hit it right away. You don't have to wait. But all the other cards, wait until we call it out, okay? And when you hit your card, call it out. Horseman done. Okay, Marionette. Marionette done. Okay, now Dark Lord. Dark Lord, call that out so that we know how to advance it. This part is very important to be organized. Otherwise, it's just going to go on forever. Yeah, we are still getting hit with the grip. If you get the grip, you're just going to die, because we're so spread out. Nobody is going to find you within 10 seconds to get it off of you. So unfortunately, if you get the grip, we're just going to have to raise you after this part's done. I'm also going to have people start at the south end of column 2 and 7, because those have 5 crypts in them. And just FYI, when this raid first came out, we did a lot of experimentation to see if the order of the fortune at the start indicated where the cards were going to be. It has no bearing on where the cards are going to be. We did learn some interesting things, like certain cards only appear in certain places, and there's actually a couple crypts that will never have a card, but there's no way to tell from the fortune where the exact location of those cards are going to be. So we basically just need to open up all the crypts. So I'm going to start typing in who's doing what column. The letters HMDIB refers to the name of the card. So H is Horseman, M is Marionette, D is Dark Lord, I is Innocent, B is Broken One, and it says that on the base of the card. It literally says Horseman, or somewhere on the card. It literally says Marionette. It's either at the top or the bottom of the card. And you're not clicking on the card to light the torch. You have to click on the torch that's at the base of the card. Columns left to right. So column 1 is on the far side, the west side. Okay, so in column 1 is going to be Mr. T. In column 2 is going to be Anadir. 3 is going to be Jabberwocky. 4 is going to be me. 5 is going to be Hand Like Feet. 6 is going to be Belina. 7, Soul Mine. 8, Milena. And then starting at the south end of column 2 can be Dawn's Early Light. And the south end of column 7 is going to be Python. So we're going to go ahead and go out to the starting locations. the north end of your crypts unless you've been assigned to the south end. And we're going to wait for everybody to be in place. And once we're in place, we're going to tell Bolo to advance it, but not until then. We want to make sure we're all in place. Your job is going to be to work from north to south, opening up all the doors in your column of crypts. If you find a card, indicate it by typing the letter, the column, and then the position in that column. Make sure that you open all your doors. If you get the grip or for some reason can't finish your column, call it out. Because we do have, you know, Bolo's a floater. He'll be joining us after he talks to Esmeralda, so he could like cover somebody that couldn't finish. Once you finish opening up all your doors, go back to a card. You should finish at a card. If there wasn't one in your column, go to a different one. Everybody's in position. Bolo Grub, fire it up.
All right, talking to Esmeralda now.
Your door will turn green when you can open it. If you get Horseman, just light it. And there's the order. If you get Horseman, just hit it and call it out. There will be trash that spawns. It will disappear as soon as we finish it. You hit the torch to light Horseman. There you go. So now if you get Marionette, just hit it. If you get Marionette, just hit it. Okay, Marionette's done. If you get Dark Lord, just hit it. Okay, Innocent is next. If you get Innocent, just hit it.
I'm on Dark Lord.
As soon as you find Innocent, hit it.
Innocent done.
Okay, Dark Lord. Excellent, we're done. All the trash disappears. By the way, if you did this so fast that you actually got that done before the trash spawned, which you can do in a really fast group, then the shadows, the greater shadows of hate will still have to be dealt with. So I should have said this beforehand, but we don't want to hit the final card to finish the sequence until the trash has spawned. That way it saves us some effort having to deal with the extra shadows of hate. You guys did a really awesome job on that. That is exactly how it's supposed to work in terms of just, it can be that fast and smooth. Really, really good job. Okay, don't go through the end fight. We're going to want to get Python up. We can get the grip at this point. So be spread apart. If you're all bunched up, then it's hard to see who has the grip. Some people even like to sleep at this part because if you get the grip, it'll make you stand up. And I just want to confirm that you have the Sun Sword with you, Bolo. Excellent. Okay, so the Sun Sword, the next part is the final fight, and it should go relatively quickly. Not more than 5 minutes, hopefully. We're going to fight Strahd and his 3 brides. Strahd has to be hit with the Sun Sword in order to be DPS, so it's really important. And you could actually, if somebody dies with the Sun Sword, it falls to the ground. You could actually go into the end fight and then be stuck there without the Sun Sword, and the raid would be incompletable. It's really important that that Sun Sword gets through this barrier. Strahd and his 3 brides have to be killed simultaneously. The brides are very flimsy. Ideally, what you'll have is like a bride tank. That doesn't need to be a real tank. It's really just someone that's survivable, who can survive magic, who also can absorb a lot of magic missiles. They throw a lot of magic missiles. And shield or night shield's not going to be good enough because they constantly dispel you. So either you're going to have to constantly recast it, or if you have permanent shield, like from You've Got My Back in Fate Arc Illusionist, that's great. Or another source of permanent shield's great. Again, it doesn't need to be a true tank to hold the brides, just somebody who's survivable with preferably permanent shield. And then Bolo's going to tank Strahd. We're going to kill Strahd first, but hopefully the brides will be prepped and ready to go at that point. They do go down a lot faster, so we're going to kill Strahd first. As soon as Strahd's dead, we're going to finish off the brides, and then the person with the Sun Sword has to click on Strahd's coffin, choose a dialogue option that says plunge the Sun Sword into Strahd or something like that, and then we win. While all this is going on, red mist is going to appear in the zone. And you're going to hear us call out, like, go to the center or go to the north. That's going to be the safe zone. You want to stay out of the red mist because it does a lot of damage. And I also should have said that red mist appears in the center of this zone. So if this part with the cards goes on, for a bit, there's the red mist in the center. And you can run through it quickly, but you definitely don't want to linger in it. So prep Strahd, kill Strahd, or excuse me, prep Strahd, prep brides. One person, that's going to be me, I'm going to hold the brides. Gijo's going to hold the Strahd. Everybody else is going to beat on Strahd. We kill Strahd, then immediately kill his brides, and then we plunge the Sun Sword, and then we win. Any questions about any part of this raid before we do the end fight? That's the spirit. All right, and just what sucks here is, like, as you're clicking through, if you get the grip right as you click through, that can really suck, and then you
Grip
can't...
on Dawn, grip on Dawn, grip on Dawn. Thank you.
I did not put that thing on my hotbar. That was very irresponsible. So, like, as you're going through, if you get the grip, you can be stuck out here, and that really sucks. All right, let's go ahead and go through. Or if the person with the Sun Sword gets the grip right as they're going through, that can also be problematic. Like I said, we cannot D-door from here. So, the raid could be incompletable if everybody clicked through, but the person with the Sun Sword had the grip, and they left it outside, you're done. Kind of a poor design, if you ask me. But, in any event, go for it, Bolo. Do not DPS the brides. Do not DPS the brides. They go down really quickly, and they just respawn. Middle,
Okay,
center. Get out of the mist. Center.
A couple of brides are on me.
Yeah, and not a whole lot we can do about that. I can't pull them off you. Just focus on Strahd, guys. Focus on Strahd. We should be able to kill the brides really fast anyways.
Both of them died.
Hopefully I
Grip,
can...
Soul's grip, Soul's grip, Soul's grip. Thank you.
Okay, Strahd's
Down to
take...
like 10%.
Yep, next time he appears, we should be able to take him right out.
Strahd's dead. Bride.
Brides. Kill the brides fast possible. One more bride.
Grip on Dawn, grip on Dawn.
Sword.
Unlucky.
Still a bride up.
Oh, they respawned. Yeah, we killed the brides out of order, so we're gonna have to beat down Strahd again. So that's okay. It's a little unorganized. It'd been better if I had brought like an off tank, but please do not DPS the brides. So the reason why this is a little unorganized is because it's hard to pull the brides off of the tank. So we'll just beat Strahd down again. Strahd first, then we'll do the brides. It's okay that this happened because that way it lets you see that, this is the way it works. Okay, I think I have all 3 brides now. Please do not DPS them. I have them on the stairs, so as soon as Strahd is killed... North. As soon as Strahd is killed, we will then finish off the brides. Do not attack the brides right now.
Strahd's about to go down.
Brides. And Sun Sword. And we win. Congrats on your first Strahd raid, guys. If you have any questions about any of these raids, let me know. Otherwise, loot, and we are done with today's teaching raids. Thanks for helping out, High Lords. Excellent runs. Did them on Elite for teaching raids, so you guys get to get max favor for them all. Really nice work. Did a great job on the crypts.
Ooh, that's some sword.
Rats.